The advice that I would give to disabled people thinking of entering politics or community roles is do your homework. Find out what others do in those roles. And I don't mean just ask a few, I mean really find out. I had experience of working in politics, on legislation, on policy, for about 5 to 10 years before I ever thought that I might like to try to do it myself. And then another 5 years trying to get in. So it's not a quick road to travel. You have to do your homework and you have to get experience. So starting off in local community projects or groups, maybe trying to go to more council meetings, listen to what they say, learn how they operate, is a good way of doing that homework. I was involved in quite a few local community campaigns with the local authority, and it was the councillors that I found the trickiest to handle. But once I'd learned, listened, and watched, I got a lot better at it. There's nothing better than doing your homework. There's no quick fix. The other thing that I've often been asked is what organisations who want to make themselves accessible to disabled women need to do. And to them I always say, you must listen. You must put yourself in the shoes or the wheelchairs of the person who is asking for change. You can never know what it's like to be a disabled person, but you can ask them and learn from them. Learning from the direct experience of the community that you want to help is the number one goal of every politician. Why don't organisations do the same? Politicians need to be really accessible to their local communities in order to represent their views in Parliament. Why can't organisations working on behalf of the community do the same? Never think that you know best, because you don't. You have to learn from the people with the experience of those that you want to help. Disabled people, yeah, we're ordinary folk, but we also come with an extra experience that isn't always negative. It can be very positive, and it can help organisations to be relevant to their communities today. So that's my advice. It's only my advice, but it's done me well. And how would I describe me? Well, I guess I'm a mixture of freedom fighter, politician, gardener, and rebel. Yes, I work. In fact, I'm currently on my 4th career change. At the moment, I'm a crossbench member of the House of Lords, which means I don't belong to a political party. I'm independent, which is, frankly, the only way that I can be. To get there, it's been a long road, and my career was probably mostly in local government in the beginning, and then later I set up a charity, and I also ran a couple of charities. So the voluntary sector was my apprenticeship. I guess My biggest barrier has always been other people's attitudes. I mean, when I was young, there were, frankly, no cinemas that I could get into. I couldn't use public transport. I had to rely on my friends to push me wherever I wanted to go. There was no accessible school for me to go to, so I ended up at a pretty rubbish special school where I didn't get an education. So I had to start that when I was 16. So there were lots and lots of barriers put in my way. Things have got a lot better, that's true. I can get on a bus now. I can go abroad. I can go to the cinema. I can do most things that able-bodied people do in terms of access. But have attitudes changed? Not a lot. The biggest personal achievement is defying death. My second one, I guess, is probably getting to where I've got and saying to all of those who said I would never get a job or I would never live to get as old as this or I would never have the energy or the intelligence to be a significant politician, I'd say, ha, you were wrong. And do you know, I love that saying, you were wrong and I was right. It's great. I would say to young disabled people, don't let people tell you what you can and cannot do because of your disability. Do not believe in anyone's prediction for you based on the name of your condition. Just go with what feels right inside and follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. But know that in order to get your dream, you've got to put the work in. And I'm afraid it's hard work.
The Scottish Parliament opened today with Gemma Skelding, its youngest ever contributor to the weekly Time for Reflection slot. Gemma, a pupil at Falkirk High School, gave her presentation in her first language, British Sign Language.
My name is Gemma Skelding. I'm 12 years old and I'm profoundly deaf. And at home, I grew up using sign language. And in fact, I thought everyone could speak sign language. And it wasn't until I went to Olive Bank Nursery that I met people who couldn't sign. Now, it wasn't until I was in primary 3 that I noticed things change. My friends would all be talking with each other, but I felt left out. Now, it wasn't because I think they didn't like me. I think it was just because it was too difficult for them to try and communicate with me. I now go to Falkirk High School, and they have full-time communication support workers there. And I really enjoy school now very much.
Afterwards, Gemma said it had been a positive experience.
Well, I was really nervous. I'm relieved now that it's finished. But I had been to the Parliament before with the school, but I never thought that one day I would actually be standing up there speaking to everyone, so yeah. And I have my parents with me as well, so I think they've been really proud of me today.
You can find out more about the Scottish Parliament in British Sign Language on our webpage.